Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it.
Good morning, people of the internet. My name is Owen. Welcome back to Blurb. And first of all, guys, I apologise again. I've not been doing my schedule for YouTube very much. We're back in the Astra. So, my last update, I did make an update video about 3 months ago, and I kind of lost the footage for that. And that doesn't really give me an excuse, considering I still haven't uploaded anything. So, you guys remember from the last video that I uploaded, which was the first reveal of the CORSA B. A lot has happened since I've bought that car, I'm not going to lie, but I'm in the Astra because I need to go and get fuel. And then we're going to come back to the CORSA, and I'm going to show you what we've done. Yeah, there's still a few things to go and do, but I will show you that later on. I am just going to mention that the CORSA, it does look a lot different, and when I say a lot different, it's roadworthy. So we're gonna go and get some fuel. I also need to pop to Health Roads, which I might as well do in the CORSA, because then we can actually go for a little drive in the CORSA and see how the CORSA does. So let's go and get some fuel, come back, grab the CORSA, and then we'll go for a little drive.
Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fogging up my visuals.
Yes, so the Astra's been off the road for a week, hence why it looks rather damp and dirty and whatever. And that is because what I wanted to do was test drive the CORSA to see how well it run. And I will get on to how it went after. But I'm quite happy with the car. So I paid 300 quid for it. It was on its way to the scrapyard. It had a hole in the exhaust, it was knackered, it was dented, it's got rust all over it, obviously all over it in certain bits of the bodywork. It had rust over it. It had rubbish tyres and wheels, it was knocking, it didn't even want to start when we got it off the wagon. So we've had to put a new battery on it. That's as much as I'm given so far. Now, I'm going to cut from the Astra to the CORSA in a second, but before I do, I'm just going to say that since I've bought that car, which was 300 quid, I'm going to tell you how much it has cost me altogether with the MOT cost, servicings and stuff like that, because yep, I've had it MOT'd, but did it pass or did it fail? That I shall tell you after. But one thing I will say is the total cost of the bill altogether since I bought that car is just shy of 500 quid. In fact, if you want to know the exact total of the bill, then the bill is actually £492. And I'm about to go over that today because I'm going to Health Roads to go and get some bits and bobs, which I shall also mention in a minute. So, I will speak to you guys in a minute because I'm about to arrive at the petrol station, where I feel like my entire wages have gone in the last 4 years of my driving. I shall talk to you guys in a second. It's literally gonna be a second. Now, it's gonna take me a few minutes. It's gonna take you literally now. Alright then fellas, here's the car. No, not the bush. Here it is. Right then. No central locking, but I have a key. The interior is even more of a mess than the Astra. Oh well, got a sunroof, that's good. Pull this bonnet. Right. Oh, yeah, and wind down windows. Very nice. Shuts well. Right, let's see if I can open this bonnet one-handed. Where are you? There you go. Look at that. Pure 1.4 non-Ecotec engine. And away she is. Full line. Squeaky. But I haven't really described it before. It's 1998. S-Reg. And everything works. I'm not sure about the sticker, but you know, oh well. Right then. Let's get in it. Oh, so, she's quite spacious. On the inside we are lacking on fuel just a tad bit. There you go, I can actually see now. But she's got radio, she's got speakers, she's got new seats. There's a bit of a mess, like, full of, everything. But she's a runner and a sunroof. So I want you guys to know a little bit more about fuming. So I bought fuming for about £300, and she had a little bit of an issue. I've got quite a bit of video footage actually of me playing about with this little thing, so I will show you that in a second. One in which was when I had a bit of a speaker issue, and I was making some weird noise on that side, which I wasn't very happy about. I've had the car serviced, it was on the ramps, I've had the wheels changed. I went to Leeds to get these Tigra alloys that I have for 50 quid with tyres, and they've still got good tyres on them, which is good. Now this car on paper is 60 brake horsepower. A lot of people would consider that very slow, as well as fuming is an automatic. And I had an issue with the automatic gearbox because I tried to put in my dash cam that I only paid £10 for this car into the cigarette lighter, blew the fuse, and I didn't realise that that fuse connects to the gearbox. So I was getting the flashing S of death. Yeah. So after a few modifications with that and rewiring a few bits, especially with this lighter, a lot of people think I use this for other things, but and the good thing I like about this car is when you turn the key, it automatically starts. I had the problem with the gearbox 2 days ago. I ended up fixing it 2 days ago as well, and I fixed everything because I've got a sub in the boot that had a 20 amp in it. Put the 20 amp fuse in where I blew the original fuse for the cigarette lighter, and everything started working. So I thought, happy days, leave the car, unlock it, and then my next problem arrived. This was the key. I snapped the fucking key in the lock. Anyways, I had a neighbour who sorted that out for me, hence why I pull it out now. I have a new key, and I need to get another one copied in case I lose it or I need a new key anyways. But what I like about this car is she has failed to start before, but 9 times out of 10 she starts without an issue. So there we go. What is it with me in cars, eh? I always pick the good ones. Oh, fuck, I've said that too soon now, haven't I? But as a £300 car, she works, she runs, and now we're about to see if she drives well. So, if you remember from when I was in the Astra just a second ago, we said, well, I said, we're going down to Halfords or Halfords, and we're going to go and get some bits. However, I can't see out my windscreen because I vape too much, and I've missed it at my windscreen, so bear with me 2 seconds. Also, one more thing before we drive off. I mentioned the MOT. Did she pass? Well, I have the original owner's manual here, which is rare for an old car like this. It even has the old manuals and everything in it. It's this was a well-kept car once before, even though it's now got 11 owners on it, but you know, she's got all the original car passes, everything in this car. It's got literally every single thing. Right, here is the MOT certificate. So it's worth mentioning, first of all, she failed her MOT. Now, I sorted the exhaust, I sorted the springs, I sorted the brakes, I sorted a few other bits out, apart from one thing. The Corsa failed on a brake hose. And now I'm getting something that's vibrating. I had a ferrule pipe that was excessively corroded and was considered dangerous, and then I had a... Will you stop rattling, you sketty bitch? I had a minor monitor and repair if necessary, which was a track rod end ball joint, which I have also repaired, and it went back, and I'm happy to report, well, I did the track rod end after the MOT, but I'm happy to report that the car passed on 64,813 miles. Let's see, let's put my wipers on, how well she drives. Now, I know I've already done a driving video of the Corsa once before, and it was alright, there was nothing wrong with it, everything was sound. But here we are in a more in-depth drive of the automatic 60 brake Corsa that can do wheel spins. So, going over bumps briefly, it's quite soft, maybe too soft, but it's soft. It's quite comfortable with these seats. Now I've got rid of that stupid grey interior that I had in the last video that I recorded the I'm just going to say Fuming instead of the Corsa, because that is the car's name. I love this little thing. There she goes. Speakers work to a degree. Oxygen sensor works, engine works, heaters work, thermostat works. Ah, forgot to mention, since I did that last video with the thermostat, I've still had no issues. The only issue that I did not report was that it was drinking coolant. Seems to be fine now, but that might be because it sometimes still goes to 100. Rear wiper works, although we're not going to have that for very long because that boot is getting changed and de-wipered. I need to upgrade them to vented brakes because they are weak, but they do the job. It's got no ABS, this car, so if you really do hammer the brakes, you're having all four wheels locked up. But that's the characteristic of the car. What cars lack these days is characteristics, and this car has a lot of character. I'm actually debating to consider not manual swapping this car because it's characteristic with the automatic box. But if I do blow the auto gearbox completely, as I thought I did, then changing it to a manual is going to be an option. I am willing to learn. this is a perfect car to learn on. It's an old car, it's relatively easy to fix. You always start from an older car because they are easier to maintain, fix and repair without all the electrics and everything. And that is very similar with this car, although I have done a few bits. The main focus point of this car is for me to learn and to have a little bit of fun with. And I've got to say, so far in my 5 months ownership of this car, it has been tremendously fun to drive and own this little 1998 Corsa B. Something's going on down here because the road is closed and there's a police helicopter over there. So you guys will see me in a minute when we finally get sorted. Right, so back in the car, and I got a little bit more than what I was hoping to get. So I got these. This is Vauxhall Corsa, which must mean that's for this car. I was going to try it anyways. I got a receipt for it. I've also bought a horn. Now there's nothing wrong with the horn that I've got other than it's a bit girly. So I thought I'd buy this and hopefully it'll make a sound a little bit nicer. And I'm hoping it screws on in the places I want it to. Somewhere. Maybe there back to front, I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll figure that out. It must be, surely. Anyways, and then I also bought some of these because I realised that to fit this, surely I've got to sort of crimp it onto something anyway. And then finally, just to give the Corsa a little bit of personal taste, especially knowing that my Astra's got one, I also bought a Vauxhall keyring. It's worth it. It just looks a little bit nicer. So, let's get to it. So guys, more on fuming soon, hopefully. So I've got a few bits I've got to do to it, which is great. So I want you guys to stay tuned for the next video, even if it does take me a while to record another one. I know I have like a busy life. Most of it just includes me sleeping. But I want to thank you guys for the support. You know, there's a lot of people who watch these videos who think, have you seen that little Corsa going around that says fuming on the front? You guys have now met fuming properly. So I want you to stay tuned till the next video of what I make with fuming or Jessie the Astra. So stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next video.